Wanted to make this quick overview video of my newest acquisition. This will become part of the Chaos collection, and as you know, that the Chaos collection is a collection of Carnage figures. Some action figures, some 3D models. I believe it's majority statues. Not sure at this point, I have so many. Okay, but so let's take a quick look at some of the other projects I have going on, because this one right here is just calling me to get started on it, but I have a couple of things ahead of it. So let's take a quick look at those. And I said I was not going to apologize for the messiness of my work area. However, I will make an exception to my own rule, because it's really messy, and that's because I'm still trying to figure out exactly where to put everything after relocating my work area. But anyway, this is what I'm working on right now. This is the one that's been getting painted for a couple of weeks now, and I'm almost done with it. I have a few more of those symbiote veins to paint on his leg, and I think I'll be done. In case you're wondering, his head is right there. I took his head off because I have been breaking some stuff still. As a matter of fact, not that one. That one's coming up right there. This one right here. I knocked his head off the other day, and it broke a tooth out. So I'm trying to be real careful, but sometimes it just gets so crowded I knock stuff over. All right, anyway, so much for that. That's a story for another day. But yeah, that one is being worked on. This one should be next, followed by this one. However, this one right here, like I said, is calling me. I want to get started on it. I've been anticipating working on this for quite a few weeks now. This is something new for me, because this will be the first time I've worked on, let me get a pointer. Will be the first time I've worked on something. It's not like an actual figure, and I'm really looking forward to doing this. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna finish that one right there. That one. I think I'm gonna skip that. You know what? I might just start that one, because that one's been sitting around for a long time waiting to get painted, and I don't want to break any more parts. I already broke the teeth out, like I said. So this is probably what I would do. Get started on that one and make this one my side project. That way I can take my sweet time with this. I won't feel a need to rush through it, because that'll be the main project and this will be my side project. I think that's what I'm going to do. So again, folks, probably for the third or fourth time, stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't done so, and share this video. Talk to your friends about it. I'm sure the majority of you have not seen this model before, right here. And I was just surfing the internet looking for Carnage stuff. A couple of weeks ago, I came across this one. I sent the information to my 3D guy. Yes, I have a 3D guy, and he did some research. He found out where to get the STL, and voila, before you knew it, it was in my hot little happy hands, and I'm about ready to get started on it. Now, if you're interested in just buying one, let me know. I will provide you his information. Let me see. Okay, I think that's about it. One more quick thing. If you are into comics and not statues, then stay tuned. Pretty shortly here, I will be doing a video update on my third prize for the upcoming 500-ish subscriber giveaway. And if you've been keeping up, you know that that third prize will consist of a box of books. That's a big lot of assorted comics. So I will be updating that soon. And you know what? I owe myself one big duh, because I did not talk about the figure. You know what? I'm going to save that for another video. I'll do the overview and talk about the figure in the next one. This one has gotten kind of long. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye. Hey everyone, this is the latest update on my Carnage chamber. Still not sure what I'm going to title this series. Carnage chamber or carnage cylinder. Carnage containment cylinder. Carnage containment chamber. Okay, never mind. I'll figure it out. Anyway, this is the latest update. And in case you haven't gotten the word yet, folks, I'm really excited about this one right here. And the reason is because this is so different. I'm dealing with something that's not a human figure or alien figure. You know what I mean? It's not a person. It's not a body. It's a mechanical, inanimate object. And it's just something new and different for me to work with. Also, I will be working with plexiglass. Is it plexiglass? Wait a minute, I get mixed up. Is plexiglass the brand name or the name of the item? Okay, I can never remember. Acrylic? Somebody help me out. I can go look it up on Google, but I don't want to. Is it acrylic or is it plexiglass? Which one is the name brand? Which one is the actual item itself? All right, so let's keep moving. So what I've been doing with this is I think I'm starting this backward, but I wanted to go ahead and work with the acrylic so I can get a feel for it and see what it's going to actually do and figure out how to shape it into the form that it has to be in, which is cylindrical. Again, man, I need my dictionary. Cylindrical. Okay, somebody help me out again. Leave a comment, let me know. Tell me I'm screwing up the English language right now. And there are many ways to bend this acrylic, folks, to shape it, bend it, whatever. You can use heat. You can use a heat gun. You can use all type of stuff. But I don't have a heat gun, and I am trying to do this on the cheap. I'm just learning how to do statues, paint statues, work with statues, glue statues, all of that. I'm just learning how to do it. So I'm still doing this on the cheap. I can't afford to go buy a lot of expensive equipment and supplies. So I'm doing it on the cheap. I do have a hair dryer. So I use that. It worked a little bit. But, and look, y'all don't say nothing about my background here because I'm in my kitchen and it's a disaster because I've been boiling water and everything else in here. So just overlook that, all right? But yeah, the hair dryer, it warped it or it didn't melt it, but it bent it a little too much. Where is it at? I don't know if you can tell right there. And some other areas, it just, I kept it a safe distance from the acrylic, but it still warped it a little. I think this hot water is getting the warped part out. Unwarping it? I don't know. But I started with that. And then there's also a method where you can put it in your oven, but I didn't want to mess with that. That's kind of risky for me. So after the hair dryer failed, I was trying to figure out another way to do it that was safe. And I boiled some water. I got like 3 or 4 big pots and pans and kettles over on my stove like Granny used to do on the Beverly Hillbillies. And I was boiling water. And I put it in here. I put the acrylic into the hot water. I don't know the temperature. So I think the heating temperature, melting temperature is for acrylic, it's like 320, something around there. Somebody check me on that, research it, don't take my word for it. And these pictures, by the way, that's about the same, what is it, diameter, circumference. Somebody help me out again. I guess I need to go back to school. But this here is about the same as the, let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is about just a little bit smaller than this. So I wanted to get something that was close in size to that, and that's these pictures to shape it. All right, folks, I'll be back with more in a little bit. All right, folks, I'm back. I received a phone call, and I meant to hit the pause button on my phone, but I hit the stop. So I think I was in the middle of a thought when I answered the phone. But just in case, I'm recording this part here just to finish the thought if I didn't do so. But this is working out nicely. It's keeping the shape of this pictures, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. And hopefully, once I remove the rubber bands and take it out of the hot water, it will retain that shape, because this is just about the size I need. And once I put it into the canisters over there, or the canister rather, then I can work out the rest of it if it's not a good fit. One other thing I want to mention while I'm talking about this here, and this is simulating glass, by the way, of course. Now you can actually buy glass for this model. Hold on, let me go back over here. Okay, when this is together, from the inside of here to the inside of here, that's 9.5 inches roughly, okay? And from here across, that's 5.5 inches roughly. And I have found some glass cylinders. I've even found glasses that are maybe 9 inches long and maybe 4 inches wide, but I can't find anything that's 9.5 or 4.5. And I'm sorry, not 4.5, 5.5, and that's what I need. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is using my acrylic to complete this statue temporarily and look for glass. And if I can find a glass before this is complete, then I'll replace the acrylic. If not, I'll probably just I probably won't worry about it, because if I haven't found it by the time I complete this, it's probably not available anywhere. But I really would like to get the glass. Now, I plan on maybe getting some resin. I'm not sure yet. I saw a video of someone who actually has this model, and I think they use resin. I can't remember right now, but I don't know if I can afford resin. In case I can't, I'll have to come up with something else to simulate the liquid that's in here. The figure, if you recall what it looks like, there's a CARNAGE figure that's going to be in here. He's going to be submerged in that liquid. And so once he's in that liquid, he can't come out unless I can figure out a way to, like, I guess, use magnets to attach him or something like that. But okay, folks, I'm getting long-winded. I'm going to stop it here. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned a little bit from it. I'm still not at the point or stage where I want to be doing how-to videos, but I will be dropping little hints and ideas, and hopefully that will benefit someone. All right, thanks again, folks. Bye. Hey, everyone. Wanted to do this update on the CARNAGE and chamber project. This may end up being a short take video, not sure. We'll see. But this is what it looks like when you receive it from the printer, from the 3D printer. It's the CARNAGE figure, the chamber here, and there are several rods that connect between here and here. And if you want to have the glass or simulated glass, which is what I'm using here is plexiglass, you can buy actual glass, but you have to look hard to find the right size to fit this. So in the meantime, I'm going with the plexiglass, or is it acrylic? I'll get them mixed up. If you saw my other video, you already know about all that glass and versus the acrylic, all of that. But this is my first time working with acrylic. It's a learning experience, and I've watched dozens of how-to videos on YouTube, how to cut it, how to bend it, how to glue it together. And what I've tried so far is, all right, where's my pointer? I have tried super glue. This right here is super glue. I tried my glue gun, hot glue, right here. And neither one worked. This hot glue, it worked for a little while, but if you handle the acrylic then the hot glue starts to come apart. So my third attempt at gluing this together was using super glue with baking soda. You can probably see the baking soda. That's the white looking stuff right there. All right, so right now I'm pretty much back at square one. I can glue this together and it's fine as long as it's just sitting there. But once I start to handle it, and as you can see, it is circular. So I have to, okay, add that to Dale's dictionary. I have to handle this. Once it's glued, I have to shape it to the circular, to the round shape so that it fits in the chamber. And that makes the glue come loose. So right now I'm about to but I'm about to use this epoxy, put that on here and see what it does. I know it's not going to look pretty, but what I have in mind is this seam here will go behind this beam. So that's going to hide that. Now, this, as it is now, this is too wide for the chamber. So I will be cutting a piece of this, but depending on where that cut falls, that didn't come out right. But once I cut it, depending on where that, what am I trying to say? Okay, so once I cut this and glue it together, depending on where that seam falls, it may be, the cut may be down here or it may be up here somewhere. I'm not sure at this point. So if it's down here, that's fine. That means it's out of sight. But if the cut is up here somewhere, I don't want that. If that happens, what I'm going to do is take a piece of this plexiglass but bend it over here lengthwise. In the next video, I'll talk more about that and actually show you what I'm trying to tell you right now. And if that doesn't work, then I'll continue looking for some actual glass to fit on here. And actually, the glass is my plan B if the acrylic doesn't work out. But I want to try everything I can with the acrylic before I get the glass. But I just wanted to talk about this acrylic really right now, because this is not as easy as it seems in those YouTube videos when you're trying to work with this stuff, especially when it's something this thin. A lot of the videos on YouTube, it's the thick acrylic. That's easy to work with, but not this stuff here, especially if you're trying to bend it and shape it. But that's it for now, folks. I'll let you know how this turns out. And all right, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Bye. Hello everyone, this is the latest update on the Carnage in-chamber project. If you saw the last one, you know that this acrylic was looking really bad and it still looks rough, but I've concealed the rough area and I'll show you that in just a moment. But this is, okay, I don't want to put him in it right now because I removed the plastic coating from the acrylic, so I don't want to try to put him in there and risk scratching it up. But if you can just imagine, once I get things put together, okay, I'm trying to, well, hold on, I'll tell you what, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, that's a little better. Now, just imagine it's going to look something like that once I put him inside. And right now, what I'm trying to figure out is how to, not how to, but whether I want to put that seam let me rotate it. Now that's the ugly part. That's the seam. I'm trying to figure out if I want to hide that behind this beam right here, or if I want to just, all right, I don't want to rotate it too much because it'll scratch it, or if I want to just put that seam on the bottom down here. And now, as for, let me turn this around. Now this here, oh, where's my pointer? Okay, you can probably see that's one end. That's the end of, okay, hold on, let me start over. I get excited and get my words all jumbled up and mixed up. Okay, there's two pieces of acrylic here, and I've glued them together right there at that seam. Now the other ends of those two pieces of acrylic are right here. That's one, where's my pointer? That's one end, and you can barely see it, but that's the other end. And I'm trying to decide if I want to cut this and then glue those two ends together, or just leave it like this, because once this project is complete, if it goes right, there will be some type of, I don't know if I'll use resin or something else to simulate water, or not really water, but some type of chemical or liquid that carnage will be inside the chamber. So I'm still trying to figure that part out. Now, I also want to talk about something else. Hold on, let me take another pause and I'll be right back. A little side note, that music playing, the name of that song is Cylinder 7. Thought that was kind of ironic or odd or weird or coincidental. Anyway, what else I want to talk about is, okay, I hope I get the name right. I think the name of the viewer is at figure. Hold on. Let me pause again. All right, the viewer's name is at the figure 1621. So at the figure 1621, if you are watching this, I want to thank you for giving me this idea. I will be combining your idea with this little contest I've been trying to kick off and get off the ground forever, and it is called Hold My Beer. That's where I do something just totally off the wall, unexpected, and for no real reason. I have a contest